Good morning. For this assignment, we will be practicing solving for x by using the square root. Notice this can be used to find the x-intercepts by setting the function equal to 0, as some of the examples down have. For example, number 1 and number 3. These would be the x-intercepts for the function. But for now, we're just going to take this equation and then solve for x. So the first step is to solve for the square right here, x minus 4 squared. So we have to isolate everything except x minus 4 squared. So let's see. First thing, minus 71. So I add 71 to both sides. Get 3 times x minus 4 squared equals 75. Then I want to cancel out this 3, so I divide by 3. These cancel out. And we get x minus 4 squared equals 25. Okay, so now that the square is isolated, we square root both sides. And when we square root a square, what's very important is you have to put plus or minus in front. So we have x equals 4 because the square and square root cancel out. So you just write what's inside the square equals plus or minus 5. So what does that mean? Well, when there's a plus or minus, it actually becomes two different equations, right? One where it's plus, x minus 4 equals 5, and one where it's minus. X minus 4 equals negative 5, right? It's just like how we can have two x-intercepts when we factor. Same thing here. We should get the exact same answers as if it was a factored one. So we add 4, get x equals 9. We add 4 to this one, and we get x minus 1. Those are our two solutions. Notice there's not always two solutions, but there usually is. There usually is two solutions. And that's it. And we solve for x using square rooting. So for all of these, you isolate the square root. Actually, let's show it up here, right? We cancel out everything but the square root, the square. Then we square root both sides, putting plus or minus in front of the number, right? And since it's plus or minus, you end up with two equations. And you just solve for x. That's how you solve all of these. Isolate the square and solve. Now notice down here, I add some extra instructions. So if you have an equation in standard form, please put it in vertex form first. If it's in vertex form, you can set it to 0 and solve for x, right? Instead of factoring, you can make it an equation because not every quadratic can be factored. So put into vertex form. What's good about vertex form is you can always solve for x. So this will work with any equation. Right, that's about it. Again, please ask if you have any questions. We'll go over this tomorrow, and I will talk to you next time.